public figures today, yesterday, and the day before predicting and all but calling for mass violence and rioting in the streets.
Obviously, Republicans, I think, are the biggest threat to democracy. We don't separate right-wing extremists and Republican Party anymore. Republicans, I think, are the biggest threat to democracy. We don't separate right-wing extremists and Republican Party anymore. Republicans are the biggest threat to democracy.
This means war. That is where we are. We are at war with these people. These folks are evil.
And all but calling for mass violence and rioting in the streets.
This means war.
You wanted to think you need to have weapons to take on the government. You need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons.
We are at war with these people.
Yes, they are at war with these people. Folks, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. The last show of 2025. Tomorrow, New Year's Eve, I'll be back Friday unless something bad happens to me. Sunday Night Live for absolutely certain as the big kickoff for 2026. And 2025, my friends, 2025 has been probably a bigger disappointment than all 4 years of Biden. Why? Because we, you, me, Americans, patriots, veterans, current active duty, boomers, Gen X, millennials, centennials, fucking Gen Z, we all on the conservative side voted for Trump because we wanted to make America great again. We wanted to get changed, get away from this woke DEI, ESG, bullshit, plastic banana crap that is being smeared all over us. And it's getting worse, not better. All we get are platitudes and promises and threats to fix things out of the White House and Washington, D.C. The Republican Party is full of cowards and pussies and retards, just like the Democrats. And it's trickling down to the street level. You and I, us, we the people, have witnessed the entire world, Europe, England, Australia, the entire world, bend over and get butt slammed by Somalis and Africans and fucking Pakistanis and Indians, and they've done nothing but screw us over, literally raping girls, stealing money internationally. We've got Israel threatening the world. We've got Israel attacking the world, telling everyone we're anti-Semites and we're all Nazis, while they are committing a massive genocide, and Trump has not stopped it. Trump has not stopped what's going on in England. Trump has not stopped the war in Ukraine. Trump has done nothing except threaten. Pam Bondi has arrested nobody of consequence. Nobody, from James Comey and his treason to the bullshit sellouts, the fraud, extortion, bribery, money laundering, everything, and it's still happening. Elon Musk finds hundreds of billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, in fact, in fraud and waste and theft and extortion and money laundering, and the government has done nothing to fix it. They say, well, we found this, and we shut down that, and we stopped this. They've done nothing. None of that fucking sort. They're fucking liars. They haven't done anything. They've passed laws, and you turn around and they're still breaking the laws, and they're still not arresting, prosecuting, and jailing these motherfuckers. In fact, as evidence that America is as bad off as Europe, I'm going to submit to you this. It was released today into the public media. Police body cam footage of the Cinnabon employee who was harassed, sexually harassed, screwed with, and then threatened by those filthy, stinking, foreign Somalis. You know what the officer did? This body cam footage from him showed him threatening to arrest her. Folks, just a few weeks ago, I was thinking, we're like 3 years behind England, 3 years behind Europe, 3 years behind Australia. Americans will wake up. Americans will figure it out. We are not 3 years behind England, folks, for all of this Muslim and Jewish supremacist crap. Let me say that again. Muslim and Jewish supremacist crap. I'm going to explain that. We are about 3 months away from being as bad as the rest of the world. Get ready to get loud. Why am I calling it supremacist crap? Because we can't say we're equal to Israel. That's anti-Semitic. No. God said they're superior, says the Israelis. I say bullshit. I think Jesus pretty much told us how the fucking real game works. It's right there in our Christian Bible, not some made-up horse shit that some rabbi came up with in the year 100. No, and no. They think they're better than us. That makes them fucking supremacists. When it comes to the Muslims, they think they're supremacists. They think they're better than white people. They're better than Americans. They're better than black Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian. They think they're fucking better than us. They are the ones with a supremacist fucking mentality. And our government, accepting bribes, subject to extortion, full of fraud. And so they're not stopping them. Down to the street level, a cop shows up and threatens an American who is fucked with by these foreign fucks, just like what Shiloh Hendricks, the white American mother with child, being threatened and harassed in a fucking public park by some Somali pieces of shit. She calls him the N-word, and she gets arrested. She's going to get thrown in jail. Get ready to get loud and fight, folks, or we are going to have even more rapes, more murders, more house theft, invasion robberies, and more Americans being arrested for objecting to their own fucking enslavement. Fuck you, non-Americans, every last one of you. You have now caused, as far as I'm concerned, and folks, as excited and loud as I get, as animated as I am, I'm not out of control. I'm not threatening anyone. I'm not calling for violence. No, I'm just being energetic in my presentation. I'm not going to cause any violence. I don't want you to cause any violence, but the violence is being caused on us. The foreigners influencing our country are committing acts of violence and criminal behavior, criminal mischief, grand larceny, fucking theft, every felony known to man these cocksuckers are getting away with. And as far as I'm concerned, every one of these scumbags that are not Americans, that are influencing our country's politics and engaged inside our country stealing, they have caused a blood feud with America and a blood feud with us, the Americans. That's my opinion. And that's how that plays out. Right now, instead of pirates in Somalia, we have daycare pirates. And the mainstream media, after them, hundreds of daycare centers, all of them Somali, taking money, giving a percentage to parents to register their kids there. They get a bribe. That's their fucking bribe. And the daycares are keeping millions of dollars. It is massive, but you noticed, you saw it. So guess what? You're the racist. You're the white supremacist. You're the Nazi because you saw their crimes. You noticed their crimes. So you and me, we're the bad guys. We're the bad guys because we caught them. Can you fucking believe that? And that's what the mainstream media is selling, as much as every fucking politician. Florida's not safe, folks. Texas isn't safe. I thought I was coming here to be in a safe state to go through this shit, and it's all over us. All over us. These illegals are in my state of Florida as much as they're in any other state. They're attacking people, raping people, killing people, and the fucking mainstream media is hiding it. And if you notice, they call you an anti-Semite and threaten you with jail. If you notice, they call it Islamophobia and threaten you with jail or just put you in fucking jail. Sorry, not happening. I don't think I'm going to allow myself to be arrested. I'm not causing any problems. They're the fucking criminals. I mean, get this. These pieces of shit from Somalia told the reporter, the investigative American reporter who has caught them lying. They got in his face and he screamed, "Get the fuck out of here!" Right? He was asking simple questions of the owners. of the Leering Center, not Learning Center daycare, a Leering Center. That sounds about appropriate for a race of people and a religion of people who leer, that is to say, stare with sexual aggression at women and children. Right? They're desperate to hide their crimes, silence us, and continue fucking us. And if arrests don't happen soon, I think America's going to have a tax revolt. I seriously think people that have the ability to not pay taxes are going to stop. If you're an employee, not an independent contractor, not a private business person, your employer withholds from you automatically. You don't have a chance to do a tax revolt. But hopefully enough people do. I don't know. But I'm thinking that if there's not a tax revolt, most likely we're going to have serious violence and civilian justice. I said civilian justice, didn't I? Not vigilantism. No, not vigilantism. Real justice, civilian justice. You see, the military is the military. Police and judges and prosecutors are actually part of the civilian justice system, not the military justice system, civilian justice. And they're not doing their fucking jobs. They're not making arrests. They're not putting bad guys in jail. They're not prosecuting them. They're letting them get away with it. And I think people like you and I are going to snap. They're going to lose their shit. And people are going to start getting civilian justice. It's happened in America before, where the people realize their governments are weak, worthless, and criminal. And so people, and this is, I think, back after World War I, American veterans were the start of this one. They took up arms. They surrounded the police department. They arrested all of them for what? Voter fraud. They arrested the judges. They arrested the prosecutors. They arrested the police for stealing the government from the people and subjecting the people in that town to lawless theft and crime. It's seriously fucking high time for some civilian justice, folks. I'm not calling for violence. I'm saying it's time for it. It is coming. Because all over the fucking place, not just Minnesota, not just Texas and all of their Islamic centers, it's all over the country. And it's being exposed. The mainstream media has sold out. Our government officials have sold out. Yeah, how many people is it that Pam Bondi has arrested? How many people is it? Big shot criminals that Kash Patel has arrested? None. Why? Because they're bought and paid for. They are bitches, sellout criminal sacks of shit. You think they're going to arrest the January 6th committee? No, they're going to let the time run out, statute of limitations. Oh, they're fucking addressing that. I believe it was attorney Alina Habba came out and said, oh, it doesn't matter if there's a statute of limitations. We're going to continue to seek justice. Fuck you, you lying bitch. If you've got the goods on them, arrest them now. Hold them. Give them some bullshit charges if you don't have the real ones done yet. The same way they held January 6th protesters for fucking years for showing up at a protest just to be assaulted by the FBI and police that are undercover and then attacked by uniformed police officers. It is bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit. The only way to solve it is going to be violence. You can't vote your way out of this. Not now. Oh, no. Not now. It is not going to change. Trump. 2025, massive disappointment. Now he's going to sue the Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell. What's he going to sue him for? Gross incompetence? Really? He says this. Here's his quote from Trump. We have a fool at the Federal Reserve, end quote. Well, if we got a fool at the Federal Reserve, what do we have in Congress? What do we have in the fucking Supreme Court with that stupid bitch who doesn't even know what a woman is? For these other communist fucks. Justice Department, Attorney General's office, the FBI. We have fools everywhere. But Trump is going to sue Jerome Powell and says, quote, he still might fire him. No more retarded threats. Just fucking do something, for fuck's sake. 2025 has been one of the biggest disappointments in my life. We've got all the power in D.C., the president, Congress, which is the House and the Senate. We've got the fucking majority in the Supreme Court, and nothing's been done. Maggot Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, is a sellout piece of shit. He looks like a fucking pedophile. John Toon is a fucking sellout piece of shit. Half of Congress is trying to speak fucking Muslim languages to buy votes from these fucking people that are stealing our money and then giving it back to the politicians to bribe them for more fucking welfare while you bust your ass. Veterans are homeless. Veterans can't get medical assistance. Americans are being fucked over. Over 1 million Americans are living out of their cars. And these pieces of shit are getting millions of dollars to open up fraudulent businesses, steal our fucking money, flip us off, and the government does nothing about it. Nothing. Show us a couple of arrests by ICE. Hey, we caught a bad guy over there, right? Right. Meanwhile, you're supposed to believe that they're cleaning the country out. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, you know, the American father. Well, who's a fucking scumbag, MS-13 piece of shit, who's not an American. He's back in America now. He's out of jail. Back in America, making TikTok videos, flipping the bird at us. And folks, I'm not calling for violence, but I'm going to cheer, I'm going to laugh when this asshole gets killed. Why? He is a kidnapping, murdering piece of shit, and he knows it, and we all know it, and he's throwing it in our face because Democrats and Republicans are allowing this shit to happen. They know they can get away with it. This is like the spoiled child who stands in front of their parents and screams and yells and begs for shit until the parents give it to him, and they go, stop being bad, and they don't care. The kid doesn't care. He knows all he has to do is throw a fucking fit, and he'll get everything he wants. Unfucking believable. When does it happen? When's it going to happen? When is the revolt going to happen? I cannot call for it. I can only tell you it's going to happen. You want to know how fucking stupid these retards think we are? They think you're stupid because you will not go arrest them, beat them up, beat the ever-loving fuck out of them, and take them to the ocean and throw them in it. Because you won't do that, they think you're weak, they think you're stupid, they think you're cowardly. We, as Americans, are used to relying on the government to do exactly what we fucking pay them to do. Uphold the law. Defend the Constitution, protect the American people, and they're doing none of that. They fucking laugh at us. I mean, get this story from Italy. You're going to fucking love this. This is a real criminal mastermind at work who thinks everyone else is retarded. This illegal immigrant is now a fugitive in Italy. Guess what he was doing? In an effort to evade being caught, he was hiding in an Italian Christmas nativity scene. He was pretending to be a statue of one of the three wise men. He's posed. He's doing a fucking pose. Hoping the police were just going to run by him. They got fucking pictures of the guy. They've seen him. They've seen what he's wearing. They're chasing him because he's a fugitive. And this guy thinks they're so fucking stupid. They're going to just run by this dumbass who's standing in the middle of a fucking Italian, that means white people, Italian Christmas nativity scene. Unfucking real. Unbelievable. 2025, biggest flop in history. 249 years after the Declaration of Independence, and this is the fucking shit we're dealing with. Next year, July 4th, folks, 250 years after. We're at 249, and our government can't arrest criminals who have been revealed and exposed by a 22, 23-year-old kid doing fucking reporting, going over paperwork, going, look at all this money that goes out to daycares. I'm going to go investigate. I'm going to go see if they're really doing what they say they're doing. And he shows up and they're not. They're buildings full of nothing. They're empty buildings pretending to be child daycare, raking in millions of dollars at every one of these fucking things. And the police can't figure it out. And the government tax collectors and the government bureaucrats and the oversight, the fucking regulatory committees, they can't figure anything out. Nothing is figured out. They can't figure it out. Unfucking believable. No wonder this jackass in Italy, a fugitive, thinks he can just hide in a nativity scene. Because all over the world, and including in America, they think we're fucking retarded. You show up at their place and go, explain yourself. And they're like, get the fuck out of here. And they close the doors and they start hiding shit so that they don't get arrested. Unfucking believable. I mean, get this shit. While we're on Minnesota, and Minnesota's just the tip of the fucking iceberg. It's the big smelly tip, but it's just the tip. There's so much more. This is just one fucking state. There's 50 states total, plus the federal government, plus the United Nations, plus NATO, plus all of the private government, foreign government, private government, federal government to business associations where they fucking steal our money and we never hear about it. But Tim Walz wants us to know that only racists notice the crimes. That's right, Tampon Tim. Tim I Chug Horse Jizz Walz is sniveling and blaming white supremacy because massive Somali fraud has been exposed in Minnesota. Since when, folks? Since when is it racist? Since when is it white supremacy for noticing crime? Since when? Even just 10 years ago, any politician, Republican, Democrat, any politician that was supporting retarded thinking and defending criminality by blaming people who catch them, they would be impeached or just fucking expelled for blaming law-abiding citizens for catching criminals stealing billions of dollars and then calling us white supremacists, calling us racists, calling us Nazis. I am just absolutely disgusted with these dumb fucks like Tim Walz, all the way up to the fucking White House. Disgusted with these dumb fucks because they won't do their job and then they call us names and attack us. Even Trump said in 2025, he doesn't need us. We elected him and he don't fucking need us. We said, you Epstein files, not a single motherfucking page, not a single arrest. We got Kash Patel committing obvious fucking perjury in front of Congress, on TV, everything. And why? To cover for sick, child raping, child murdering pieces of shit in high levels of power. He says, we have no credible evidence of anybody trafficking children and having... What? There's 40 fucking witnesses. The ones that haven't been killed now, saying, we know who they are. In fact, they came out today and said, fuck it. We know who they are. We were raped by them. We're going to release their names. Stop threatening. Stop threatening. Just fucking do it. Don't give them a heads up. Don't tell them you're doing it. Just fucking release the names. Tell us who they are. Quit fucking hiding. If they go, you had a non-disclosure agreement, fine. Try fucking suing me while you're in prison getting gang raped in the ass in the shower for fucking screwing and killing children on Little St. James Island. Fucking try it. Your attorney shows up, I'll fucking have his ass too. This needs to stop. It needs to end. And they're not doing a fucking thing. Why? Because they don't care. They think we're stupid and lazy. They don't think we fucking notice. They don't think we're keeping track. Everyone notices. Everyone's keeping track. It is so obvious. They're putting shit right in your face and then daring us and accusing us of being anti-Semitic or Islamophobic or homophobic for noticing they're putting shit in our face. See what I'm saying? It's fucking unbelievable. It's a good rant today, huh? Look, folks, rebellion's coming. By rebellion, I mean a restoration of lawful government, a restoration of our justice system, a restoration of American rights, and getting rid of these pieces of shit. General Michael Flynn, who was framed by the FBI, meaning they fucking lied, they manufactured evidence, they coerced him into fucking accepting guilt for something he didn't do. General Michael Flynn has an urgent letter to the Trumpster, and it says, quote, "We, the people, demand accountability," with all caps, end quote. We demand it. We're not fucking getting it. Nothing. Do you think that's going to change? Do you think that's going to change in 2026? The Democratic voters are so disgusted with their own people, but they'll vote anyway. They don't care. Republicans are so disgusted they don't know who to fucking vote for. $2025 shot. Social media is struggling to remain free. You've got Israel, the secular state of Israel, is buying up and having their people, Israelis, buy all the social media companies they can and buying influence, even from Elon Musk, who's trying to cooperate with them to stop anti-Semitism. Ridiculous. Just fucking ridiculous. There's a crisis also coming. It's in the precious metals markets. Gold is hovering still at all-time highs. It has not gone down. Hasn't gone down to 3,000 or 2,000 or 1,000. Nope. No, gold is still sitting way up top. Way up top. They knocked it down $200 fucking dollars. $200. It was about to top 4,600, and they pulled more of their bullshit. Don't worry, it's still sitting at 43.63. Silver is sitting at $76. Well, just yesterday, it went from 77 up to 82, down to 71 in an effort to kill it. It's now back up to 76. Thank you, Mr. Uman. 76.48. Just call it 76.50. Right? Now, Uman says, I was just checking some of the smaller dealers, and a bunch of them are listing 10-ounce silver bars for over $1,000. That translates to over $100 an ounce. Yet the market price is saying, oh no, it's only $26.48. That's all it is. It's $76.48. They're selling them for over $100. Okay, SD bullion is down to 4 types of 10-ounce bars. They normally have dozens and dozens and dozens. They've sold out. And they're selling them at this hugely overpriced number. Why? Because everybody knows that silver is going well over 100. The market is saying $76. I'm sorry, the stock market is saying $76. But the dealers who have to buy the gold or silver and replace the gold and silver, they're charging a lot more because they can't replace it. There's a shortage. JM Bullion is flagging shipping delays and blaming high volume. And they're selling, what they are selling is pre-sale items. They're trying to sell 2026 coins and bars and silver and gold because there's nothing left of the old inventory. What makes them think there's going to be any new inventory coming in? Gold is gold and gold is money, but I don't know very many people that can afford to buy gold at $4,600 an ounce. That's where it is with the premium. On this Friday, folks, Thursday is January 1st. Friday is January 2nd. Everyone gets back. We're done with our fucking hangovers, done with our parties. It's time to get to work. January 2nd, 2026. Friday, this Friday, China stops exporting silver. Why is that important? China competes with Mexico for the most silver mined on the planet. But guess what? They also reportedly import into China and refine 60% of the global silver supply. And China says, we're not going to export silver anymore. You can send your silver there, your silver sludge, paste, doré bar, whatever the fuck you're getting out of your mine, and they'll put it in their refinery, but it's not leaving China. Not unless you get one of these special export permits, and there has to be an export permit for every single ounce that wants to leave China. And the government of China, a communist government at that, can take up to 30 days to approve it. Or they can just ignore their request, or they can deny the request. So silver goes into China, silver don't come out unless they want to allow it. Why is this important? That's just silver. Who gives a fuck? Right? We don't have silver bullets trying to kill vampires and werewolves. Right? There's no more Lone Rangers out here with silver bullets. No. These shortages are going to affect not just America, but the entire fucking planet. The shortages of silver are going to impact you and me because all industrial processes require massive amounts of silver on an industrial scale for cars, electric vehicles, computers, phones, tablets, computers, computer chips, solar panels, silver batteries, right? It's all going to come to a grinding halt unless China lets the world stay running. In other words, if China doesn't allow the world to have its silver out of China, we're all fucked. That's why silver that's being produced shouldn't be $76 an ounce, folks. It is now caught up. It is now caught up to the world. They realize there's a shortage. Samsung can't get the silver it needs. Tesla can't get the silver it needs. Major corporations cannot get the silver they need. We're not talking about jewelry and your fucking grandma's silverware. We're not talking about that type of silver. Silver belt buckle, silver headband. No, that's not where the silver goes on the planet. It gets consumed in industrial quantities for everything that is, well, life in the 21st century. And it is now, the tap is fucking dry. Open the spigot, nothing comes out. It's all going to come to a grinding halt unless China magnanimously lets the world stay running. But today, rather than knowing that, seeing that, and the price running back up high, it ran from $70 to $80 on Friday. Monday, they knocked the price down. Well, actually, it was a huge banking firm that couldn't cover their short-selling losses, so they got a margin call. All of their shares were pulled away from that bank. I'm guessing Bank of America. But who knows, because they're trying to keep it secret. They took all their shares and dumped them on the fucking market. Billions of dollars in silver shares just dumped on the market, dropped the price as it's being gobbled and bought back up. And yeah, they were all the way back up to $76 and then some. But you know what? The financiers of Wall Street, the COMEX, they want to dick around with the price of silver, with gold and other commodities. They want to fuck over a few more of us investors out here, right? People that work for investment firms, people that work in their jobs. They just want their money that they made, paid taxes on, had enough left over, put it in a retirement account just to have it fucking robbed by Wall Street. Yet again, just one more fucking day. Fuck over a few more Americans and make just one more dollar before blaming China and the rest of the world for their decades of theft on fucking Wall Street. Cocksuckers. Uman says silver ran between 70.67 all the way up to 78 intraday. Huge fluctuation. It went to almost $80 on Friday. Same fucking move on Friday. A little more dramatic on Friday. But this week is called Ghost Week on Wall Street. Why? It's like a ghost town. Very few people at work. Very few people investing. It's the week between Christmas and New Year's. Nothing going on really to speak about. Fuck it. It's the holiday season. So this is the bankers can come in and drive the fucking price down, screw everyone, and then they get to turn around and buy it as cheap as they can, knowing Friday it starts, and then next week and the week after, all through January, the world's going to find out. You can't get silver, and that's going to affect all of our manufacturing and high technology around the world. Don't worry, the bankers will be fine, but they'll fuck us every chance they get. Woo! Gotta tell you, 2025, disappointment. What a fucking fucked up, disappointing year. And fuck you, Washington, D.C., and all government institutions for screwing America, screwing Americans, and empowering foreign governments and foreign interests and foreign invaders in our country, fucking us all over. Don't worry. We have all of our veterans are still here. All of our sportsmen are still here. Everybody is still here in this country that isn't American, except for the ones that are being killed by these foreign fucks. We are all here. We have our training. We know what an American is, how they act, what they look like. And if you don't act, talk, and look like an American and make decisions like an American, you're going to be discovered. There's only two ways that can go at this point, folks. We're not going to vote our way out of it. There's only two fucking ways. One, the government arrests every one of these motherfuckers and all the fucking rapist politicians, rapist bankers, rapist corporate leaders. Done. If they don't do that, we're going to have massive violence. And the violence that you see in the movies is nothing compared to what real violence, reality looks like. I had a friend tell me that they had a dead mouse in their laundry room, and it stunk up the laundry room. I said, you should imagine not what a 2-ounce mouse smells like because it's dead. Not 2 ounces. Try 200-pound human being who's been shot and is laying out in the fucking gutter because the streets are full of violence and no one's going to go clean the bodies out of the way. Imagine the stink of that. Imagine the violence of dozens of people getting mowed down right in front of you, or maybe you having to mow down a dozen fucking illegal scumbags. Oh, don't worry. The rich people think they're going to get on planes and fly someplace safe. They're going to hide in their little bunkers and nobody knows about them, they think. I think Putin has already warned world leaders and world bankers and world scumbag billionaires that he knows exactly where they're at. They know exactly where their bunker's at, and they can take care of them if they want. They may be able to hide in places like Cheyenne Mountain or under Washington, D.C., or in the Mammoth Caves or wherever they think they're going to fucking hide. But wherever the entrances are, how hard is it to nuke the fucking top of that and melt it into a pile of glass? You don't come out of a pile of glass from the inside. That is now a fucking tomb. Not happy with what Trump, the Republicans, the judges, the FBI, the Attorney General's office, the entire fucking bureaucracy, Wall Street, bankers, corporations, not happy with any of them. And I'm just a regular guy. In fact, I'm doing great. I've got my bunker, little bunker. No need to bomb John. No need to nuke the John. I've got my little baby bunker. I've got food. I've got water. My bunker is my shelter. I've got the appropriate clothing. I have the medicine I need. I have a means of self-defense. I have a team of people who are more than willing to protect themselves, protect each other, protect America, and deliver justice. I'm just fine. I'm poor, but I'm not fucking broke. I'm certainly not in debt the way the rest of the world is. I'm sure a lot of you are just like me. It's like, what are you going to do? What can you do to me at this point? You've already threatened to destroy my fucking country. You're already allowing criminals to fucking run roughshod over us at every fucking level. On the street, they can harass you. They can steal from you. They can rape you. They can fucking murder you. Nothing gets done. In little chicken shit government, nothing is getting done. In Washington, D.C., nothing gets done to fix it. I already know this country is fucked now unless we go into a violent, restorative, revolutionary process of removing every one of these criminal motherfuckers from the bottom to the top. Without that, we're just pretending. I guess I've been pretending for 30 fucking years. Voting for freedom, voting for the Constitution. And I guess every fucking politician has been lying to me and you right to our faces. They're pissing down our backs and saying, isn't that rain great? Oh, don't worry. There's no need for violence and no call for revolution. Don't worry. We're going to protect you and uphold the law. Yeah. We'll defend America, you fucking liars. All they've been doing is stalling the inevitable. We're now to a point where voting doesn't help. Republicans do nothing. Democrats actually full-on attack us even more. But Republicans do nothing to stop it, nothing to curb it, nothing to arrest it, nothing to penalize it, nothing to prevent it from happening again. They're just right there in the fucking way, making sure policemen don't do their jobs. And policemen going, I ain't doing my fucking job. They go and fucking threaten a Cinnabon employee with arrest. Fucking England wants to threaten to arrest you for criticizing them. We're going to hold you Americans responsible for contempt. Fuck you. Israel, if you say anything about anything, you're an anti-Semite and we're going to destroy you and arrest you and we're going to have you this and have you that and the other. Fuck you. Ukraine. Give us your money or your sons and daughters are going to be dead fighting Russians. Who the fuck do you think you are? I wish Russia had a Florida, folks. I'd call up Putin and go, look, dude, I just want to be warm and free. I've never thought in my entire fucking life that I would look at Russia and be envious of what they have. They're not being run over by fucking illegals. They're not being assaulted, robbed, stolen from by illegals. They're not being raped and assaulted and murdered by illegals. Russia has a Christmas pageant, Christmas parades, Christmas fairs. No terrorists driving through crowds of people, murdering dozens of people every chance they get. The banking cartel doesn't control Russia. How is it possible that Russia is a better place to live than the United States of America? The home of the free, the land of the brave. Or is that the land of the free and the home of the brave? How is it possible, guys? How is it possible? Share this fucking video because it is one hell of a rant fest. People need to wake up all the way. The dream is now over. It is a fucking nightmare. Russia is a safer, better place to live than the United States of America. China, which is a communist government running a fascist economy, is going to tell manufacturers from around the world, we control raw materials, resources, silver, nickel, zinc, cadmium. Fucking name your metals. Copper. They're trying to control everything in there, and they're going to tell these manufacturers, you left our country. You went back to America. You don't have any materials to make your shit. Get back to China. Open your fucking factories in China, and we'll give you the raw materials you need to make your products. Now, not every company has to do that or fall for that or even be subject to that, but a lot of them will, especially if you need silver. There's a mad rush right now behind the scenes. People are screaming, yelling, crying, begging, fighting, knowing we're going into a commodity war. Are you ready? 2025 has shown us, has shown all of us exactly what our government is here. It has shown us what the Australian fucking government is. It has shown us what the British, the United Kingdom, all of Europe, we know what their countries are all about. Canada, oh, Canada. Mexico, run by the drug cartels by controlling President Scheinbaum. Hook-nosed Scheinbaum, their president, is beholden to drug cartels. And I think tonight, I think Trump is having Netanyahu over to Mar-a-Lago again for another sleepover. Why is there a fucking menorah on the White House lawn? I didn't see a tree lighting ceremony in my White House. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I'm pretty sure that's the American White House. This is a Christian fucking nation. I don't remember seeing the Christmas tree. Maybe it was there. How come all I saw were fucking menorahs? Once again, folks, this was a chance, an opportunity for me to let out my frustration, to share with you shit I know, I've observed, shit you guys have shared with me, by the way. A lot of you guys, you don't give me a fucking break. You're on me all fucking day long. Text messages, messenger, emails. Not complaining, but fuck, you guys find a lot of stuff that's going on too. It's not me. This isn't my research. All I go is go research what other researchers are finding. I'm like, look at this shit. They fucked it all up. Wow. Hey, Kansas City Chiefs. They're great. I don't even know what football teams, and I don't give a fuck. The Seahawks, the Sea Chickens, who gives a fuck? Basketball, baseball, football, hockey, who gives a fuck? Are you prepared? Do you have food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense? Do you have it? Do you have your plan? Are you prepared? Share this video. I think this is a great fucking recap of 2025. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your coworkers. Share it with people you can't fucking stand. And go, do you agree with this? Are you good with everything that's happening? Well, then I know who the fuck you are, right? You know exactly who these people are, folks. And they hate every last one of us. Every last one of us. Well, don't worry, though. We're going to fix everything as soon as Trump is done bombing Venezuela. That's right. Trump confirmed that they've done a strike against a drug facility. And Trump even came out and said, hey, there was a major explosion. Really? That's what you're doing for us. You're bombing a fucking drug factory, a drug facility in Venezuela. We've got over 20 million illegal pieces of shit here fucking us over because they've managed to parasitically attach themselves to the social support system for daycare and food and housing, everything. They're fucking us over. Companies are hiring these fucked up Indians who can't drive or speak English, and they're killing people on the highway. Meanwhile, these companies that are doing, corporations are hiring these fucking worthless non-Americans and paying them shit so they don't have to hire real Americans who've been working here their entire lives with no accidents, with no deaths. We managed to do all of that ourselves, but now it's the bottom fucking dollar for these corporations and Wall Street. Bring in more Indians, bring in the Pakistanis, bring in the worthless fucking people from around the world. We'll feed them and take care of them. And why? Show me one model on the whole planet where they brought in all the worthless fucks and it made that country a better place. It's not. This is intentional destruction of our country, Canada, Australia, all of Europe. Intentional. They're trying to destroy Japan, Australia, New Zealand. They're trying to fuck my friend's island in Palau. They're trying to ruin that by bringing in these bullshit asylum pieces of shit. The good thing is I know how Hawaiians think of people that they don't like. They end up taking them to the coast and showing them the cliffs. And another one fell, and then the sharks eat them. I'm hoping the Palauans remember who they are and fucking take care of this problem on their own islands. Because if they don't, they're going to be robbed, raped, kicked out of their own fucking houses, and have their islands destroyed by these worthless pieces of shit. So from the smallest countries to the most powerful, the United States of America, we can all be brought to our knees, not by the Russian, Soviet, communist military machine or the Chinese communist military machine. No. Our country has been brought to its knees by our own fucking sellout politicians. Period. If it wasn't for the politicians, the judges, the presidents, the governors, all the fucking legislatures, the fucking bureaucrats, the IRS, the FBI, the CIA, the Postal Service, all of these fucking bureaucracies, all they do is steal. You said USAID. All of them. They fucking stole from us. They've given it away, paid themselves through fraud schemes, and they fucked our country up, and they don't care. What do they know that you don't? What, is there another planet that they can go to and live and take all of their money with them? Is the earth flat and they're going to go live on the other side where there's no problems? Where the fuck are they going to go? They've got to have some place to go because there's no place left on earth that is uninhabited, that is habitable, that's free. Otherwise, I'd have fucking been there. At this point, I'm like, I'd love to leave, but where the fuck can I go? Nowhere. So you know what that means for you and me? It means we are going to have to take a stand. At some point, we're going to have to stand up for ourselves. And I'm not calling for violence. No, I'm not allowed to do that, right? Honest Injun. Oh, that's racist, John. No, fuck you people. Anyone that calls me a racist, go fuck yourself. Right? At some point, people are going to stand up. It's the honest to God truth. And they're going to have to defend themselves. Nowhere in the Holy Bible does it say, make yourself your enemy's bitch. Bend over, let him ream you in the ass, and you'll be saved. No. It says, stand up and act ye like men. Sell your cloak and buy a sword. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. There's lots of stuff in there about don't be a victim. Don't allow yourself to be a victim. Be a Christian. Be a fucking real man. Be a fucking warrior. There's a lot of Knights Templar out there. They don't even know that they're Knights Templar. There's a crusade to fight, and it's against everything that hates us. And that war has to be fought. If it doesn't, you may as well surrender now. Just go throw your keys in the fucking street, unlock your car, throw the keys on the seat, and just leave your house and your car right now. Because they're going to take it unless you fucking fight back. Are you willing and prepared to take that stand? Don't just buy one, buy two. Buy two really high quality shovels, because there's going to be a lot of holes to dig and a lot of people to go in them. The time is coming. I'm fucking disgusted with what has happened in 2025. And I don't see the politicians fixing us in 2026. I don't see it at all. I love all of you guys. I didn't take a single fucking question from anyone today, and I'm sorry for that. There's just too much to say and share about this year, our country, the state of affairs, the state of the union, the state of the forum, our fucked up government. Depending on what happens, I'll be back for Friday free-for-all. And then I'll let you guys fucking throw it all out there. And Sunday Night Live, that's always your show. God bless America. It is our country. And sadly, the people we hired, the people we pay trillions of dollars every year, we pay trillions of dollars in direct and indirect taxes. Trillions of dollars in direct and indirect taxes to our government at the local, county, state, and federal level to uphold the law, and these fucking people have refused. In fact, they're calling us racists. They're calling us white supremacists. They're calling us anti-Semites. They're calling us homophobes. They're calling us anti-Semites, Islamophobic, hate-filled Nazis. That's what our government thinks of us. And I don't care if you're black or white or Hispanic or Asian or Native American. You're all a bunch of white fucking supremacists if you believe in our country and our Constitution. Are you prepared for what's coming? That's why you need food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and your plan. Get it together. I love all of you. I'll see you very soon, and we'll get this next year started right. God bless you all. Semper Fi.